Hello guys, welcome to Week 3 with me, Week 3 Scott, and this is...
Week 3 Alexandra. Well, it's not Week 3, is it? Is it not a training course?
It is a training course, but it doesn't matter anyway.
I think it fell on his head yesterday.
You know what? I should have done this video yesterday because my daughter ended up in the dental chair and had her tooth yanked out. I come home and my dog is playing with my other dog and swings its head and gives me a right good whack on the eye, and then I did the training video and the
fall on his backside.
Fall on the backside. So tomorrow, yesterday was not probably the day to do the video. Maybe someone was sending me a sign to Scott, you got to do it on Friday because you're going to get that Friday feeling. You're going to give everybody that Friday feeling to do it on a Friday. I reckon that was it.
Friday feeling.
Don't you reckon that was it?
I think it could well have been it.
And one thing about this business.
Well, and that's our dog.
That's our dogs again. They can't.
Lila, no!
I don't think they can stand us being alone together from us. It's a bit like Thea.
Yeah, Thea will be on the door now.
So Alexandra, I want you to just before we get started on chapters 4 and chapters 5, which is promoting the products and prospecting.
Yeah.
Can you look at the? You do this to me all the time. Can you look that way? Because you're always looking at me. Yeah, because you got such a pretty face and a pretty smile. No, always look at the camera, please.
It's hot in here.
Okay, switch the aircon on. There we go. So, something I would always say about look at the camera, please. Okay, something I would always say. I just looked at the last week's video. It's like this. I'm like,
that's how you do it, isn't it? You're supposed to look at the person.
The camera.
Is it a podcast? Are we talking?
Look at the camera.
Oh, it's too weird.
Look at the camera.
I don't think I can hear you if I look at this way.
Can I just tell? I'm going to tell a story. I'm going to go total off guard here. I know it's 2 minutes in already, but people want to be entertained. I remember when I first met Alexandra, and she, I don't know why, she was on TV. She was on a TV show called Golden Balls, and I just met her and I thought, smart lady, would be able to, play the game well on the TV. Would come home with, I think it was like £20,000 for me. I was like, whoa, come on, bring it on. And I just remember they totally just ramped her up and wound her up, and she went on TV and got wound up. And within 1 minute, she exited. Okay.
It wasn't. I was on for 15 minutes before I was the first person out.
Before you're the first person out?
I was the stooge. They'd already worked out I was a total hothead. Yeah. And they could just wind me up and let me go.
And they kept saying to her, look at the camera. So that's where I got to look at the camera from. Anyway,
Did they really?
So anyway, Friday feeling, Alexandra. We get that Friday feeling every day. Why do we get that Friday feeling every day?
Because we live a life, do whatever we want, when we want. Apart from dentists and falling off chairs.
But why? Well, what is be able to, we often take our life for granted, really, don't we, sometimes, when we really need to wind back and think, what is responsible for that Friday feeling?
No, we recruited like crazy, and we sold like crazy, and we built a really good direct sales business by following the model. By just doing what we're teaching you to do, and having big goals and dreams.
And also, we teach a long-term model. That's what we like to teach, a long-term model, because there's no point in getting good money where you can live a good lifestyle for a few years. You want to live that lifestyle forever and ever and ever.
Yeah.
Okay, so the path we follow is not, it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a solid, long-term plan.
It's a get-rich quicker than you'll ever be in any other world.
Yeah, you can.
At least you actually will get rich.
As in chapter 1, it says.
You're looking at me. Stop it.
In chapter 1. Yeah. In chapter 1, it says, you can build a 3 to 5 year career in direct sales, what you can in a 40-year career in the corporate world.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So anyway, to the most important chapters we're going to talk about today. I just wanted to take the notes of all that bad artwork and.
These are Scott's dad's choice of artwork.
Yeah, and he bought them for us. And
he bought them for himself.
Yeah,
and we've kept them.
And we've got some real bad.
I don't think anybody's going around the room. I'm hoping they're just listening to us.
Take the notes of the artwork.
Waiting to see if you fall on your backside. Again.
So anyway.
So get on with it, Mr. Scott.
So we got my dad in my room with me. This always reminds me of my dad. It does remind me of my dad. So that's always nice. He's in the room with me. It's not me and you alone. 5 minutes in and we're getting started. Okay?
It's a record.
Chapter 4. Promoting products. Okay?
He's taking so long, his book's got.
Promoting products. I want to tell you something, guys. And you're going to hear me say this all the time. Recruiting sales are the income for today. So I'm going to give you a warmer, and you're going to sell it, and you're going to pocket that money today. Ba-boom! Make sure you pay your tax. This is not financial advice, guys. So make sure you pay your tax, covering my backside there. You throw a party, okay? I invite Alexandra to my party. I'm gonna.
That's the income for tomorrow.
That's the income for tomorrow. We're gonna have a great time at the party. Alexandra's a great host, and she sells 3,000 PRV. Boom! Next month I'm gonna get paid.
Yep.
I sponsor Alexandra, and Alexandra services those customers at a party plus more.
Yeah.
We're gonna get an income for a lifetime, and it's not about my income for a lifetime because guess what? Alexandra's also gonna get an income for a lifetime. It's a bit of give and take. So that is the importance of recruiting, guys.
Yeah.
It is an income for a lifetime. But me and Alexandra, we often talk about this. The way we built
my mother would say Alexandra and I.
Alexandra and I. There you go. Look at the camera. Alexandra and I.
I'll look at you every time you say me.
Alexandra and I, or me, Alexandra and I, Alexandra and I, we often discuss this. We have built this business the hard way. It's been a very successful business, but we have built it the hard way. We had to launch, we launched the Netherlands, Australia, not single-handedly, but we had a big part to play. New Zealand, Mexico, Ireland, France, Spain, Austria. You get the picture, okay? So we had to launch all these countries. So we had to cold launch, i.e. there wasn't many customers in those countries. So we had to kind of build relationships with people who didn't know about the product, and they had to put their trust in us, trust in the company, and then go and do something, okay? When really the easier route is, if we had a ton of customers, just say we're launching Australia. We had lots of customers there, and then we tried to sponsor them. That would have been the easy route. But because we're starting from ground zero, we always do the hard way. But it's proved a great success, and I would not recommend it to you. I'd recommend taking the easy route and what's in front of you, and that is sponsoring your best customers, Alexandra. Speak to the people about sponsoring your best customers.
It really is what it says on the tin. You just want to ask all your customers, give them the opportunity every single time they buy from you to have their own account. At the end of the day, some of our best consultants have been those who have been our customers before because they're wild about the products, they know what they like about it, and they can just tell other people, and they've probably already thrown parties for us. So do always remember, and don't be scared about losing your customers, because it means that you've got to work harder to get more, and that's the idea of this. If you just sit in your comfort zone with a collection of 20 customers and never ask any of them to join, you won't grow a business, you won't grow a team, and 19 of those customers could go to the next big fad, and you'll have nothing because you haven't built.
And what you got to realise with customers, Alexandra, is like when we were sponsoring in all these countries to bring in new people, we actually had to build that relationship with those people. They didn't know us, and we didn't know them.
No.
And it was on social media too. So we had some tools which really build relationships, i.e. YouTube, help build relationships with people. But when you've got your own customer already, you already have that customer consultant relationship, and also, you can talk more on this, customer consultant relationship, and also that customer product relationship. So they already have the trust in the product too.
Well, and also you have a lot less training to do because they already know what they like about the product and what they can tell other people. And you'll be able to reference times when they probably have told people. They've probably had people come in their house and said, oh, I really like that, what is it? And they've described what Scentsy is and how it works. And they've gone through it all and they've shared it. And therefore they can see that actually it's not really rocket science to get on and to become a Scentsy consultant. It's not a big and scary thing that they need to be like, oh my God, I can't do this. And they should also have an idea what Scentsy's like because they see you enjoying it so much because they're your customer. And so they kind of know how to model the good behaviours of a Scentsy consultant because they've seen how you've behaved with them. So they really have a leg up. They're the guys that should be able to hit shoot and star very, very quickly, with you obviously supporting, to help with the first party properly. They're the people who can go on and do sensational starts as well. They're also the people that actually can go out and build teams.
And why they make great businesses, who build a great business, well, most of them, is because what Alexandra says, they have, but people want to see results, they want to see quick results. And when you have that relationship with the product, you have that relationship with your consultant, and you're already sharing it with people because people come into your house, you're going to see great results. So that is how you kind of get a recruit, I don't know how you call a recruit, a team member for a lifetime. So
we used to call them recruits, didn't we? Like 1,000 years ago when we joined.
Yeah, I know, but
It was
it's
all
very
about recruits.
Now
they're team members. In fact, now they're partners. Have you not noticed? Scentsy wants you to partner with it. That's their American way of trying to come up with an exciting new way to package the same idea of, I would say, team member.
Team member. So anyway, Ali, moving on.
Yes.
Looking after your customers, Alexandra, like what I'm trying to say is that.
So if they don't want to join.
What we always talk about, lead with the opportunity, and Sarah talks about that in the book in chapters 4 and 5. Yeah, Sarah talks about leading with the opportunity, and that is always right. And we would be always leading with the opportunity. Mm-hmm. Okay, but customers are just important because, as we just said, they are your best recruits. The cycle of this business is build your customer base, sponsor your customers, rebuild, responsor, repeat, repeat, repeat. Yeah?
Yeah.
And obviously, not all those customers are going to become team members, which is absolutely fine. They're going to become also long-term customers.
Massively. Yeah. I've got customers who are ancient.
So I want you to talk briefly. Keep going in and out, folks. I want you to talk briefly about how, just say you met me 13 years ago when we first started.
Yeah.
How I've become a customer for a lifetime, please.
Well, he's a customer for a lifetime because every single time we have new products that I know Scott is wild about in his favourite fragrances, I am always going to reach out to him. I'm going to tell him about every single time we have a sale because I think that my best customers should be first in to the sale rack. They should be getting €8 warmers. Every time we're coming up to birthdays and Christmases, times I know he's bought for other people before, things he's ever told me. Again, and I listen as well. I ask my customers how they are and I listen to stuff. So, you know, if there's a wedding coming up or graduations, I'm always wishing them well with things. You build a relationship because you know personally. You get to know their personal life as well. And you become friends. And I think that's how you keep them super long term. Like one of my best friends in Spain is I met through selling Scentsy. And now she's like one of my absolute best buds. So, and she still buys Scentsy, although it's kind of a little bit awkward sometimes.
So there's always that customers for a lifetime.
You want your customers for a lifetime because it's 8 times cheaper to keep a customer for a lifetime than it is to go out and get a brand new one every single time. You need to be staying in contact with your customers. You need to be offering specials to your customers. You need to make them feel like they're the only one that got the deal. So things like broadcasts used in WhatsApp and newsletters and one-off messages and your VIP group and everything. You need to do as much as possible to stay front of mind with your customers.
But also taking back what you just said, you said it's very important to keep your customers, but it's also don't just rely on your customers though. Like if Alexandra, a friend in Spain.
She was my only customer. I'd be dead in the water.
It's a bit awkward now.
I've asked her to recommend me to all her friends. I still ask for recommendations all the time. You should offer rewards for recommendations. Angela gets money off my stuff because she's always bringing me new customers anyway. And that's how we rationalize it. Like, you're not getting it cheap because you're my pal, but because you did this and because you recommended that person. You know? And you can do those things. We get such deep discounts on these products. We get so many freebies. Look after your customers. Be generous. It will come back 1,000 times. And like you'll see on my Facebook the other day, one of my new customers who was an old customer from like forever ago and then became a consultant and then moved house and dropped off. And now we're back in touch again, Tanya. She shared her new products on my wall and just wrote a little something. And she's back shopping again because we're rebuilding that relationship.
Did you ask her to write on your wall?
I did. Get your customers to share their products on your walls.
And what you have to remember is
and gently remind them.
People are always, when it comes to one thing I've noticed about sales is like when people like we hand out business cards to people like
like bullets.
Nobody's ever gonna get back in touch with you, yeah. And like when Alexandra, I said, well, did you ask that person to post it? She said, yes, I did.
Scott's wallet is full of business cards he's never acted on. Yeah, and so's my bin.
But that lady who Alexandra, I asked her to. Sometimes we have to just guide people and ask people. So just simply ask your customers, do you mind sharing a view?
I'd really appreciate that. That'd be really good. Or I just said, I haven't seen that warmer before. Will you do me a favour? Will you pop a picture on Facebook and tag me in it? Let me know if you enjoy it. So she wrote it very personally to me, so you'll see that. Hopefully I've shared it. Tanya and Mick Flynn Napier.
So obviously we've talked here about sponsors is the income for a lifetime.
Absolutely.
But ultimately we built our business the hard way, and yeah, it's proven a success. Yeah, but I am great for a reason, guys, and we're teaching you the easy way.
I'm not.
So yeah, that proves who's leading the ship, guys. So what I'm saying is, guys, is that start with what's in front of you. Yeah, some people want to look for more opportunities, and they miss the prize which is right in front of them. That is your best customers. Do not be scared of losing your best customer as a team member. Yeah, because your job is then to get more best customers.
And stay in touch with them, because honestly, you can have people who join up and they sell and they do really well, and then life takes over and they decide they don't want to do it anymore. I've had people like, I've got Anne, she's moved country, you'll see her occasionally comment on my stuff. She was an amazing consultant in Spain. We met through that. She moved back to England and now she's my customer again. So build relationships with your team members and your customers and everybody else. Be in a relationship building business. If you can build relationships, if you can show more interest in other people than you can in yourself, if you can make it about them and not you, you will actually keep a lot of people around you, and you will keep a good consultant base and a good customer base, and people will swap in and out. Our business is 13 years old, so of course with people who've
still a baby, guys,
been customers, and I've had people who've come back as consultants numerous times. This isn't for everybody for all their lives. It is for some of us. I hope you guys are like us and you really do stick around.
If you do stick around, as Sarah says in chapter 2, I think, if you stick around for 10 years in this business, there's a good chance, and you keep working it consistently, there is a good chance that you will live the lifestyle that you want. But you have to work it.
I'm going to disagree with Sarah completely.
You can't
you
just
have to
stick
work
around.
it.
Yeah, exactly. No, you can't just stick around.
I know people who've been here over 10 years, and I can tell you they're still certified consultants.
Which is fine.
And they're adorable, and they are really awesome people, and it's not about the title. But just turning up.
You just interrupt me totally what I said. I never said that. I said, Sarah said, if you work it, if you're consistent and work it for 10 years.
Yeah, but you didn't add that bit in.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, but you interrupted that bit. So no, she said, if you stick at it and work it.
But you would say too. Don't just turn up because you're not.
Don't just turn up. So anyway, Alexandra, last Alexandra always says how long this video is going to go on for, and I always say, and she always goes, but she does it every week.
I just say who has an attention span.
She does it every. Yeah, I'm not doing it every week. So come on, we need to hit the nail on the head here. So tell me, Alexandra, this is the last bit on customers.
Yeah.
Why is it so important to use your own products? Quickly, 2 minutes. You got till that says 20, and I'm going to go stop.
Well, if you're not using your products, why is anybody else going to take any notice of you? People, we always say we sell it because we love it, and that is the truth. And you're going to find out about your products, and you're going to find those innovative uses, like when we know we can pop washer whiffs in our on the floor, like you do for those vacuum clean things and stuff like that. All those extra things, or when we discover that you can, when you take the wax out and they make really good firelighters. Do you know how many of my customers buy more wax because they make firelighters in the winter? Seriously, it's amazing.
Disclaimer against that, though, guys, please.
Yeah, but we don't post it on Facebook, do we?
Guys,
that's what they do.
If you don't have if you want to sell diffusers but you don't have a diffuser, there's a good chance you're not going to sell diffusers. So if you want want to sell these products, you need to get using your products.
Like the airs come out. Don't be expecting to sell an air unless you've used it. How can you evangelize about a product if you haven't used it yet? How can you say, oh my god, it's really amazing? Because I know the air in our house over here will be absolutely incredible because it's all open plan downstairs to upstairs, and that's what we need.
We can't get Scentsy deliveries here though, but when we're back in Spain, we're going to get our air, and we will be selling that air left, right, and centre. So make sure you use your products when it comes to the cleaning, the washing your clothes, whatever it is. Make sure you're using Scentsy products.
So much Scentsy
and make sure you are sharing it. Okay, so make sure you're sharing it. Make sure you're using your products all the time. So anyway, that's moving on from promoting products, guys, onto power prospecting, which would be more my subject. Which
I'll be quiet.
I wasn't saying to be quiet at all. I'd like you to add to it, please. Okay, because this is my favourite one. Is Power Prospecting, which I don't like the name of that title actually.
Be careful, don't fall off.
Sponsoring big. Okay, as you already talked, build it. But I'm going to give you some terms which you might not hear in Scentsy. Building a team will give you passive income, guys. If you do not find something where you can earn money while you snore, forget the sleep, snore, because that means you're in a deep sleep, isn't it?
Yeah.
You will be working every single day of your life.
I get woken up.
Okay. Alexandra's the biggest snorer out, me and you. Oh, every night. Help me, guys, help me. Give Alexandra some natural remedies to cure that snoring. Okay? But building a team will build you a lifetime passive income. But don't overcomplicate it. Yeah? You're simply offering a service. Expect to know, take it with grace. In fact, go for no every time, and we've talked about this before. And you have to be that person.
I want to see in the comment box.
I want a
yes for everybody who did go for no.
And my computer just died, so we're going to talk more.
He's going to wing it.
He's going to wing it. Woo! My notes have gone. So that means I'm going to have to do a separate video for the challenges this afternoon, so no problem. Oh. But yeah, my computer just died on me. So we're going to have to go for no. Yeah, but my biggest, people get so het up when it comes to sponsoring. Yeah, they get so het up, they think, I could sell sand to the Arabs, but I can't sponsor. That's what people say to me. Sponsoring is just the same as selling. You're selling the benefits. Okay?
You're just asking a different question.
You're selling the benefit. What are the benefits of the product? It's safe. It smells great. It's safe for kids. Blah, blah, blah. What's the benefits of sharing the opportunity? Well, it's giving you some extra income on a flexible schedule, selling the world-class fragrance products. Yeah?
I'll join.
Just let me remind you guys, okay? And this is 21 minutes in, so those who are watching are going to get this piece of advice and going to be like, oh, he's a daddy, yeah? He's telling me something good here, okay? It's not the best coffee in the world, but it's certainly the best well-known brand, and that is Starbucks, okay? Globally, Starbucks coffee is the best well-known coffee brand. You have a franchise for whatever small fee you paid. And it is a small fee. I know at the time you thought, oh God, I got to get all my savings together to get a starter kit. How much is this starter kit? Starter kit's nothing, guys.
I'm imagining you in drag right now.
You are selling the best fragrance products on the planet.
Yeah, you are.
Along with top quality licensed, not that stuff you find in those cheap shops, top quality licensed Disney products.
Yeah.
Okay? So when you're sponsoring, please always remember that. You're not selling a dog turd. You're not sharing a dog turd. Okay? You're not sharing something. You're not sharing this bottle of water. Everybody needs water though, so you probably got more chances of the water. Okay? You're not selling the whole.
You're supposed to say that.
Everybody needs water, guys. Sorry. It's one
right, in 10. Everybody sell water.
Sell water. But what I'm saying is, guys, have that in your mind when you're sponsoring. Also have in your mind when you're sponsoring, people get nervous, oh, I'm scared what they're going to think of me, I'm scared of this. I have got the world's best, most tastiest bar of chocolate. You come into my house, I've broken that chocolate off. Yeah? If I got kiwis on it, it's Whittaker's, the best of the best. Yeah? I get that chocolate out in front of a room of people, and I don't share it, I'm going to be known as greedy. Okay? So what do you normally naturally do? I don't. I sneak off to the toilet and eat it all for myself.
You eat chocolate
No,
in the toilet?
don't.
That's gross. So, he eats it in his van. The rappers show
what I do, okay, is I share. I simply, would you like a piece? And Alexandra can say no. Am I offended? No, I'm sharing.
No, he's happy. He's
I'm
happy.
2 pieces. I'm happy. I'm getting 2 pieces. So what I'm saying with you guys, when it comes to prospecting,
you're sharing an opportunity.
You're sharing an opportunity.
It's how you frame it.
Yeah, the best fragrance opportunity.
Jim Rohn said it best. He said, I'm going to get a room full of people and we're going to invite my family and my friends and my frenemies, but he wouldn't call them frenemies because it wasn't out in the 70s. And he's like, and I'm going to ask every single one of them to join my business. And I want them to say no. And you know why I want them to say no? Because when I'm a success and when I'm doing really well, they cannot stand there and moan at me and say that I didn't give them the opportunity, because I did, and they didn't believe in me and they said no, and that's their problem. So they can live with it.
So have that mindset in your head,
ask everybody.
If you love your auntie Ask her. Yeah. So she says no. So when you are a success, you can say, well, I did share it with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't keep it a best kept secret. That's what we did in the beginning, and we didn't tell people, and then we had to start from scratch.
Don't bring me into it.
I think you agreed in keeping
what?
it a best kept
we
secret.
We went to the
We did.
So Alexandra wanted to keep it the best kept secret. A little story here, 'cause it's all about stories.
Oh,
And we went.
this is your worst rule break
We
ever.
went to the Scentsy launch and it was in Northern Ireland. And the first thing I said to Alexandra was, she was like, "What?" I said, "Oh, we're supposed to build a team, so you need to go and speak to that lady over there."
Which you were not supposed to do. You are never supposed to prospect at a Scentsy event. And Scott was like, go and speak to her. And he said it in front of Chuck. And Chuck obviously knew the rules. And Scott's like, go and prospect her. And I'm like, I'm not supposed to. And he's like, just go and do it. So I did. And I was like, we're going to be building a team. Would you like to join it?
So yeah, you ask everywhere you go. And that is kind of the biggest thing when it comes to sponsoring, is you got to ask.
She joined someone from Philly, but she also dropped out like a month and a half later.
I think her name was Dawn, wasn't it?
Dawn.
Oh, good on her.
Yeah.
So anyway, guys, what I'm saying is,
do not prospect at Scentsy events. Ever.
Prospect
everywhere else. Never in a Scentsy event.
Sell your water at Scentsy events, yeah? Sell your water.
Yeah, no alcohol.
No alcohol water.
Good God, no.
So anyway, my biggest, I had a list of notes here, but my biggest tip when it comes to prospecting is you got to ask.
Yeah.
If you don't ask, you're not going to get. And I could give an hour's worth of training on prospecting if I wanted to.
Don't expect people to ask you.
Yeah, don't expect people to come to you.
No.
But the main thing is when asking, and this is where a lot of people go wrong, okay? So I asked Alexandra if she wants to get started with her own business. Alexandra said yes. Okay, obviously she's not joining straight away. In all that time in Scentsy, I've had very few join straight away.
Very few.
Okay, Alexandra says yes.
It's freakish when they do.
My job with Alexandra is to then get a joining date from her.
Yeah.
So Alexandra says September 30th. Okay, and I build that relationship with Alexandra to September 30th. What so many people do.
Friend them on Facebook, stalk them.
But what so many people do is they say, you've got to join her, thanks, and they leave that joiner. And what happens to that potential joiner is, we call it a Jim Rohn saying, the birds get them. Their family say, what are you doing? It's a scam. They talk themselves out of it. Self-doubt hits them. Okay, you've got to be, when you've got a potential joiner, you've got to basically be, not pressure, because that never works. Building that relationship. Get to know about Alexandra. Get to know about her hobbies. Get to know how she'd like to get her business started. Just build that relationship.
And show your life on Facebook positively. Your life on whatever socials you're connected to these people positively. That's the biggest thing. That's the attraction marketing. Because people are watching you all the time. And these new consultants that you are lining up are watching you. And you've sold them a type of business that you want to join, that they want to join. So if you're peeing and moaning and whining and whinging all over Facebook and sharing your daily drama, are they going to think that this amazing business is what you just sold them? Or are they going to be like, hang on a minute, how can they be involved
life's so hard.
This when they're like that?
I'm a life victim. Give me a stroke. Go on, give me a stroke. That's so nice. Feel sorry for me in the comment box below.
Oh, God, you got caught on your head too.
What you got to remember, guys, is when it comes to social media, okay? People love to play the victim on social media. It's not the people who comment who matter, because there'll be other negative people want to comment too. It's those who don't comment. It's those who are watching and go, I'm not joining that. The amount of people we've had in the last year, because we would have a good online presence, who've come to us and said, we have joined you over joining somebody else because I've friended them on Facebook. And oh my goodness me, I'm sick and tired of hearing about them.
So many people are like, you're so happy all the time, and I have a lovely friend, and she's very poorly, and I send her voicemails. I try not to bug her too much because she's really ill, and she just says, I just love your voice. It is so full of sunshine, and you are such a happy person. And she said to me the other day, I don't think I've ever seen a photograph of you that doesn't have the biggest smile.
You're married to this, what do you expect?
Believe me.
When you wake up next to this, what do you expect?
My friend is saying is she tunes in to feel better, to be happy. So make your social media, that is a big tip. It's attraction marketing. Make your social media a record of living your best life, of the fun that you have, of the joy that you share, of the good things that you might do. And you won't have to try as hard to force relationships with new people. And you will find that your joiners will be excited to come on board and get involved in being around you, being around somebody that is positive and happy and doing things in life that are really awesome.
Because I'll be absolutely honest with you, and I'm being honest. Well, we're all have bad days. Alexandra can be miserable and moody.
I can.
9 to 8 times out of 10.
Look, I'm a lady of a certain age. The hormones
Nothing to do with that.
It is
Always been like that.
Yeah.
Always been a bit. Always has a bad
As
day.
you can see, man of a certain age doesn't get
Always
it.
can always be a bit feel sorry for me. But never post on Facebook.
No.
Never post on Facebook. And you know what? I'm not perfect too. I have bad days too. Okay?
But when he has a bad day and falls off his chair, obviously I post it on Facebook.
Well, there you go then. But
because
I have real bad days. That one a bad day. That one a bad day.
I was outside last night and I just had it on rewind to real, and I was just laughing my head off.
And that's happened several times. Don't never invite Scott round for food.
He's broken so many
because
bets.
he'll eat all your food and he'll destroy your furniture.
He'll eat your food. There won't be any seconds left for
He will,
anybody.
he
It's
will.
really embarrassing in that way. He'll break your chairs, and if he stays over, he'll likely break your bed too.
And I'll end up singing.
Haven't you cracked a few toilet seats as well?
I have, and I'll end up finishing singing on the table and possibly break the table too. So, you know, do not invite Scott around for parties, yeah, unless you've got sturdy
He's even
furniture.
lifted people up and bashed their heads on the ceiling. He's a one-man destruction.
And one-man destruction, okay? So back to the sponsoring, okay? Your Facebook, what people don't realise is, and I've seen so many build...
Facebook or TikTok or whatever.
I remember I've seen people build a great business and then turn into some negative Nancy on Facebook, okay? Self-destruction. Whenever I want to do business with somebody, or whenever I'm looking, just say I was looking to join something, which I'm not, I'm sole Scentsy, so don't start rumours there, but just say I'm looking for a workman, or I'm looking for, we've recently rented one of the houses out, yeah? So I'm looking for an estate agent. First thing I do is I check their Facebook. I check to see what type of attitude they have, because I want this estate agent to get me the best renter. Is she hungry? Is she motivated? Is she positive?
Is she a she?
Or
a he?
Or is it a he? Or is she one of these, oh my God, life's so tough, feel sorry for me? No, and that's the type of people I'm looking for, because I want to get a good job done. Yeah, I want to get a good job. And when people are looking for a sponsor, they want to see someone upbeat, positive, because they want to work with those people. Yeah? So, and they are the right people. They're the people you want in your business. You don't want these, as we call them, rock and roll hillbilly Keiths. Okay? That's what we call them. Rock and roll hillbillies feel sorry for me Keiths. Yeah?
His name was Keith and he looked like a rock and roll hillbilly.
Yeah.
And he always wanted everybody to feel sorry for him. Oh my God.
He was always one of life's victims. So
he was. Before.
You didn't even know him.
I knew him when I got to know you. And that's how we named we have names for people. Just don't ask me why.
So his name was Rock and Roll Hillbilly Keith. Yeah,
like Vicky Victoria.
No,
she's another story.
Feel sorry for me, Rock and Roll Hillbilly Keith. Okay, so
he has one of the longest names.
He does. He's probably wondering how he's still managed to have a status when I've not seen him for 20 years. I don't think he'd even recognise each other in the street even. So anyway,
you recognise the black cloud that follows him though.
Yeah, don't be a rock and roll hillbilly Keith, okay? So
there you go. Now we have a word for if you see it on Facebook, you can say, "Oh, they're rock and roll hillbilly Keith," in it.
Hillbilly Keith, yeah. So don't be a rock and roll hillbilly Keith. And then Keith is also the name of Alexandra's old previous man. He was a right victim
and he's
too.
called Captain Control.
But he was a right victim too.
CC.
So there you go. But it's also the name of a dad, so we can't go into too much about that. Okay, we've got to stop right there.
But that's Mr. Rantathon 5000.
Okay, so anyway, guys, prospecting. I want you to just get out asking people. We talked about it. Look, I'm not going to hold your hand. I only hold her hand, and that's only if she asks me.
And your daughter's.
And my daughter's hand.
When she was having a tooth out.
Yeah, I was getting squeezed
I
hard.
did not know if Daddy was going to pass out. Honestly, I thought that was another chair that was going to give.
No.
Because he was like, oh, we're going to get me off here.
I wasn't expecting it. No, I'm not phased by much in life, but the teeth thing is just my edges. But anyway, guys, yeah, so I want you to start asking people. I want you to start, remember, you're selling the best fragrance product on the planet. Yeah, look at the camera, please. On the planet.
Yes,
yeah?
Yes, you are.
And don't be afraid. Yeah, because ultimately, you do not judge people by their own financial situation. You do not know their financial situation. People need this opportunity right now more than ever, and there's no better time to start your Scentsy business than today. So we're gonna love you and leave you. We're gonna do another video this afternoon. It's gonna be 10 minutes.
After Thea's got lots of tests to do today, because even though she had a tooth out yesterday, she's rocking and rolling.
We got to bounce back, guys.
There's
no way my daughter's ever going to be a feel sorry for me rock and roll Keith, yeah? She's got to bounce back and get on with it.
Well, not on social media. She did the feeling sorry for herself in private.
Yeah. So anyway, guys. So yeah. So have an awesome week. Look forward to the challenges, but you've got to take some action, guys. Action brings results. Sitting on the couch watching Netflix. Good luck. Boom.